Yo, what's going on, people? How y'all doing? Kunal here. I want to talk to you a little bit about something I think is actually pretty interesting. So, you guys know that I've been trading the Bitcoins and Litecoins and all the cryptocurrency quite often, but one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that out of that cryptocurrency, maze of mania that's going on, there's actually stocks that are blockchain or Bitcoin related, and they have been going gangbusters. And so I wanted to actually talk to you a little bit today about some trades I took that actually netted me a decent amount, where I was playing the cryptocurrency mania, but I was actually doing it via the stock market during the stock market hours. I understand a lot of you guys don't have necessarily, access to trade Bitcoins or GDAX accounts and stuff like that, but there's actually individual stocks that we can be playing. So one of the interesting things was, this morning I saw a whole host of stocks gapping, OSTK, Riot, XNet, and so when I look in the morning, I make a list of gappers here, and every single morning I put them all on a list of stocks that are gapping, which essentially means, right, they're opening significantly above where they closed. And so, what I did was once I saw these stocks gapping, all the top ones on my gappers list off my trade ideas, they were all blockchain related stocks, and OSTK was been one of my favorite traders of the year. I've actually made a good chunk of my profits of the last so many months trading this stock back and forth. And so when I saw this on the gapper list and I saw XNet and Riot, I knew it was going to be a busy day because these stocks run with essentially Bitcoins. And so what I wanted to do was, play these in sympathy so that I can profit on that. So you could see, like, I took a trade of Riot, OSTK, and then I went into Riot, and then we went into XNet later in the day, and it was pretty easy. So, once I saw OSTK gapping up, all I did was just wait for a really simple flag pattern, which I hit around lunchtime, 11:30. The key to this was, once it started to kind of come back, I wanted it to retest the VWAP and then pop up, and as it broke the trend line, I took some shares, and it's just quick trade. I was in this thing for maybe, 30 minutes. I grabbed a couple bucks out of it, and it kept going for a little bit, and I made a quick kind of $1,000 on it, and then I essentially am just moving on to the next ones, because remember, I have them all on a list. And so how sympathy plays work is, as one's going, what I'm starting to do is see which other ones are going to go next. And so OSTK was breaking out highs right around 11:30, but what you see with Riot is after its gap down, it was consolidating. It was drifting lower all morning, but right around noon, as OSTK was really flying, you started to see this one go. And so, I waited till this one broke over the VWAP, this flag pattern. That way I can have my risk minimized, and then it was just off to the races back over there. So, as I'm doing this, I'm kind of hitting it right here and put my stop under. So I'm going to risk maybe a max 50 cents. And now I'm just going one after another. And what you'll see here is, like, and I even left some on the table. So as this one's going, I added this Mara. And boy, I screwed this one up. So I added this Mara a little bit later, and man, I had this thing. So what I ended up losing on this, because what I did was I chased the entry. So I needed to hit it right here as it broke over the VWAP. I ended up kind of chasing it up here. And so what ended up happening is, as I bought it, it came back down a little bit, and I got freaked out, and I sold it. Not freaked out, but I realized that my entry was wrong, and so I ended up selling it for a small loss, and I ended up ripping. This would have been a really awesome trade, probably my biggest trade of the day. I goofed up bad. Guys, one of the things, remember, with just trading in general is your entry is really the key to everything. It controls your risk management, meaning that if your entry is too high, what's going to happen is you're going to hit the panic button if it starts to go down. And that's kind of what I did. Was my entry was too high, and so that changes my risk management. So then when I get that red candle and it starts to come down, you kind of panic and you sell on support, or you sell at the spot they're supposed to buy, right? Anybody ever do that? They buy too high, and so they sell where they're supposed to buy, and then you get stuck in that cycle. So I goofed up. I really left probably another couple $1,000s on the table on this one. But the good thing was, I had a list of all these that were going to go, right? That they're all blockchain stock related. And so it ends up being really good because I'm just going down the list. So this one starts to go, and then I rip out XNet here. And XNet, I really like the daily chart. You know, after that run to 27, it came back, and you can see this kind of rounding pattern here. And so as this one popped up, you can see this rounding base. And so, guys, the same setup on all these, right? Broke over the VWAP, so I hit it in this candle as it broke over the VWAP. So I got 13.16, and then it was really just off to the races. I scaled out of it, you know, up there, and then I actually re-hit this thing as it started to flag. When the range started to tighten and that 9 EMA came up right up under it, you know, I re-hit this thing at the 1440 and caught a really nice another spike in it, and so ended up being pretty cool. So I had a big day. I actually had a monster day trading the Litecoins and Bitcoins, and then I matched it pretty much with the stock side. But it's cool because they're all connected, right? And so that's something that's part awareness, part homework, and part recognition. See, part of it is, a big part of trading is the recognition. When you're going through your gapper list in the morning and you see a sector all gapping, then you know that you're going to go rat-a-tat-tat and take one after another. I do the same thing if I saw a group of biotechs going, or say it was solar or whatever it might be. That recognition is so important because you have to understand sector momentum and where the money is flowing in. And if you can do that, then what you can do is really elongate your gains, because it's not just one that you're going to be hitting for a nice trade, but you could be in two of them at the same time, right? And now you're starting to really spread it around, and you can take what should be just a normal day and turning it into an awesome day. So I think that's going to be really, really important. So always be aware of that, and, you know, understand the sympathy plays of the market. You can see, you know, besides Once and the Roku, the rest of these were all blockchain stocks, right? And so that becomes really, really important. You know, if I didn't catch on to that, and I don't like trading these type of stocks because I'm already trading the cryptos, but when I started seeing one go, I knew that the rest of them are going to start to go too. And the, you know, the key to it really was, you know, in the morning, that Riot's gap was just so huge. So I hope that helps. Leave me any comments if you guys have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.